Hi, my name is Lauren. I've been working with Tommy for a little over 3 months now. My ACL tear story is a little unique and traumatic. I was hiking the Continental Divide Trail with my husband back in June 2021, and I was caught in a rock fall and was struck by a big boulder. It hit the back of my leg and sent me sliding down the mountain. I got a helicopter ride out and found out that I had broken my fibula, torn my ACL, and got a subsequent blood clot from it as well. I ended up prehabbing for some months and then getting my surgery in October 2021 with a quad tendon autograft. I also was planning on moving to New Mexico a couple months after surgery, and was really nervous about finding a new PT clinic, one that I trusted, and I didn't want a gap in my recovery. So I ended up contacting Tommy to help bridge that gap. And then after being in New Mexico for a couple weeks, I was finally able to get an in-person PT appointment. But at that point, I had been in the gym, working with Tommy's programming for a few weeks now, and ended up going to the PT clinic with a list of those exercises just to kind of show them where I was at, and the sort of weight I was using. And they put me back on the table. So I felt like I was just regressing by going to this PT clinic. I was back to where I was 2 months prior, doing single leg raises and clamshells. It's like they disregarded, they didn't even see the progress that I had made and started me from square one. So at that point, I felt like if I hadn't reached out to Tommy, I would have just been making zero progress. Before I started working with Tommy, I was maybe a little skeptical because I definitely wasn't a gym goer. I was a long distance hiker, a runner, a rock climber. I do a home workout with dumbbells or kettlebells, but nothing like, I definitely wasn't using gym machines or equipment or using a squat rack. That's something I wasn't really comfortable with. Just navigating a gym wasn't something that I was super interested in doing. But now, looking back, that feels like such a non-issue. I go to the gym 4 times a week now, and I know that if I have any question, I can reach out to Tommy. When I first started going to the gym, I was concerned about if I was using the equipment correctly or if I had correct form, but Tommy always made sure that I was using everything correctly, making sure I wasn't getting hurt. And honestly, if I had any questions, I know that I could reach out to him and it would be answered immediately. So honestly, I look forward to going to the gym now. I enjoy using that equipment and feeling confident in doing so. But when I started working with Tommy, I first had trouble going downstairs and then standing for longer periods of time. Both of them were really worrisome because I was about to start my first nursing job. But those were a couple big breakthroughs shortly after starting working with Tommy. Going downstairs is easy now and was shortly after starting work with Tommy. And I'm happy to say that just a couple days ago, I had my first 12.5-hour shift and was totally fine. I didn't even think about my knee all shift. It felt completely normal. I had no achiness, no stiffness or soreness. I was really amazed. Tommy's coaching works and has made me feel really so strong. I've always felt like a pretty athletic person, but Tommy's programming has really helped me to focus in on the muscles and movements that are really necessary and must be built up for ACL recovery. I'm really so happy with how strong and stable my knee feels. I feel like I can confidently move both in the gym and at work. Additionally, I'm also a really big planner. I like looking months ahead and seeing the progress that I want to make. And that's exactly how Tommy works. I can look ahead in the program and see what exercises I'm going to be doing, what I should be doing. There's a plan. Tommy has an estimated time for when you can make those progressions. That sort of planning and guidance is what really eases my anxieties. I can feel really confident in my trajectory forward, back to the things that I love doing and not having to worry about whether or not I can stand at work, all these things. I can be trail running by the summer because of our trajectory. I'd really recommend Tommy to anyone who is questioning the care that they're getting from in-person PT. If you feel like you aren't making that progress, you should really reach out. Also, if you have a job that requires a lot of you, it requires you to stand all day or all night, I'd really recommend reaching out. Tommy's Programming Works. You have to put in that work yourself, but it is worthwhile to just feel like you can do the things you love again. And yeah, so reach out.